So that little go where you belong. Yeah, it's funny how you love me when I got the Patron. Sipping on this Henny, tryna get in your zone. Let me give you this, know we gon' belong. Then tell her.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy 808X, and you are tuned into the Weekend Turn Up with Sports Scene, courtesy of Adidas. You already know how I rock it. So yeah, we're about to go into my life. I used to listen to a lot of Michael Jackson and a lot of pop music. I always used to see the live shows and be like, damn, I can probably dance like this guy. I think that's how it started. In primary school, I started doing music classes. I played guitar and piano. At first, when I started doing music classes, my parents were okay with it, I guess, because it was part of school. And then when I got to high school, I started taking it more seriously because I started meeting a lot of talented rappers and, just artists who were trying to make their name for themselves. Over time, when I was doing music and dropping music with different artists, they slowly started hearing people talk about me, and everyone that sees me, they'll be like, oh, damn, your stuff is hot. Or when we go out together, you just meet fans, and only now they get completely what I was trying to show them, because I had nothing back then. So it was just like, man, it's all in your head. What do you mean? Stop watching American movies and stuff. So that was hard, but it was all about me proving a point to myself. I am not the stereotype of what you think I am. When I was growing up, I had older brothers that were listening to a lot of Lil Wayne music and the stuff our parents didn't want us to hear. Lil Wayne was doing everything right for us, and it was just like, never mind the money he has, he's still killing it like he's broke. That alone was fascinating because he just kept going harder and harder, and at some points, everybody was dressing like Lil Wayne and was trying to be a rapper because of him, wearing fake clothes and fake jewelry. That kind of inspired me to have sort of class to some extent and decide, the world is too big for me to hold myself back and act like this is all. In high school, I was exposed to a lot of artists who stayed, well, wherever they stayed, but we were brought together by school, and we sort of listened to the same type of music because of that. So it was easier for us just to know, okay, this is not the one. So growing up thinking like that and growing up with producers, artists, that relationship, it makes it easier to have a chemical bonding when you make music. So it's all about the energy, really. When we made Outkast, it was actually for a different artist. The beat, I made it for a different artist without the switch up in the end, of course. And eventually I just took the beat back and Hash heard it, and then he laced a hook on it, which is, well, Can't Die Young, the hook. He laced that, and then he laced half his verse. So that same weekend was the cypher with Shane Eagle and Nasty and Reese. And we were there for New Wave cypher. Hash rocks up to Reese and is like, yo, I got the song and I need you on it. And we in the parking lot that time, about to go, Reese is about to go. He's like, yo, I got the song, you can't go if you don't hear this. Played it for him and he liked it. Cool. Fast forward a week, or I'm actually not sure of the timeline, but fast forward, we pulled up to Reese's place and we just kicked it, and then eventually started making music together with Mash and everybody around. And I made the beat, well, the switch up part, specifically for Reese. He was coming in third, and I just felt like the beat is loopy or whatever. So he rapped his first 4 bars, and then as I was editing, I was like, damn, this is crazy. Then we had a drop, added the drop. He laced the verse 1 take, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. After that, we had Outkast. We dropped it, the rest is history.
Where you belong? I told that little go where you belong. Yeah, it's funny how you love me when I got the Patron.
I never overthink the process of making music. So it's all about what inspires me in the moment. I never sit down and plan and say, okay, today we are making some pop music. It's just like, it's determined by the energy in the room, you know? Yeah, most of the people we collaborate with and like songs we release, it's 99% chances are we probably linked up to do that song. Nothing was sent back and forth. I don't think I have an ultimate favorite song because, I mean, all the boys in my team go hard. So it's not fair for me to say, because if they weren't going hard, I wouldn't have worked with them. Funny thing is, most of the times, a song is actually like that to you. It doesn't translate like that. People like something else and you'll be shook. Like, what you think is the hardest thing you did, they like the other thing right next to that thing, you know? So I think I just built a mentality where I just do my best on every record. I'm working on Living Product of a Deadbeat. It's a project that I'm dropping in 2020. I can't say a date yet, but it's pretty much 90% done. Just a couple of features here and there I'm waiting for. And then we drop the album, and then we live. I feel like producers in general don't get the credit. Like, most of the hits that are there, people just, in the background, you realize the producer isn't really happy with what happened. The song is out and all, but they always have something to say. So I figured that if I don't drop beats, I won't have to try and follow up and get paid for beats that I sent to a popping guy without agreeing anything. So I decided no beats, just songs. Because all the big artists, they listen to songs. They barely sit down and listen to beats because the lifestyle's just busy, but they can play music on the way. So my whole thing was, I'm gonna show and market my beats, but at the same time, I'm gonna have the best people that do what I think they should do on the beats. If I had to speak to my younger self, I'd probably tell him, you know, don't stress about anything, you know, you're good. You know, don't be depressed over funny stuff, because, you know, God gave you this gift for a reason, so just polish that, and everything happens. Don't worry about how it's gonna happen, because it never happens how you expect it. It took me a while to understand that as like my younger self. So I think that's something I'll definitely tell myself. And at the same time, I'll tell myself not to, you know, overthink anything. Just understand that, you know, you're hot on the block, and that's not gonna change in a while. Feel a bad man thing. Man shut down when they heard my thing. You know what time it is, the living product of a deadbeat. Yes, sir. I got too many tones, she tell me I've been trying to call you. I got too many phones that told her, go to where you belong.